Hello there. In today's episode of Power to the Tech, we're going to try to bring life back into this Berry Game Boy Color. I purchased this off of eBay for $35. So here's the eBay listing. All it says is condition is parts or repair. It says Nintendo Game Boy Color handheld console Berry. It's a CGB-001. No power parts. Not sure if there's no power parts or there's no power and it's for parts. So we're going to go ahead, pop some batteries in this, see if we can't get it to work. If not, we're going to crack it open, see if we can't figure out where the fault is, and bring this back to life. So here we have the handheld. Here's my beautiful face. Back's a little tore up. Seems to be a sticker or something on this side. Not really sure what that is. We could probably get that off with a little bit of cleaning. This upper barcode sticker is completely shot, so we're not going to worry about that. So yeah, so let's try to get some batteries in there and see if this turns on. Batteries are already flying to try to get in there. So the listing is correct. There is absolutely no power to this machine. Let's crack this open and see if we can't figure out what the problem is. And just to make sure that the batteries are in fact good, 1.5, perfect, and 1.5. So yeah, these are perfectly good batteries. We'll be using the iFixit ProTech toolkit with the Y1 bit. All right, let's get this opened up and see what we find. Almost smells like mildew or some other, like it's been left in a basement for quite some time. So that never bodes well. That's not Loctite. That is corrosion. And now that we have all 6 screws taken off, there's 2 up top, 2 in the middle, and 2 in this bottom corner, we should be able to open this up and gain access to the whole board. All right, so it looks like immediately we figured out what is the problem here. That's probably not good. Ooh, there is a lot of corrosion in here. Look at that. Just all flakes off. Button still appears to be good, so we're good there. Take that out for now, just so we don't lose it. Looks like there are a couple more screws in the bottom. Looks to be about 3. So we'll get that off. We'll be using a standard Phillips head screwdriver. And we'll have a look on the front, make sure there's nothing else going on over there. On that side. Make sure we get this ribbon cable out. Carefully. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. Never forget to wiggle. All right, yeah, so we definitely have a lot going on this one. As you can see, there is a lot of corrosion on here on the B and A button. Also on the start and select button, there is a lot of corrosion. So I'm just going to be using some vinegar to get this corrosion off. See if it ate through the board or anything. There is a lot of blue coming off. So that's definitely a good thing. Just going to use a little bit of a scraper to try to get this stuff off. Without damaging the traces underneath. That's a lot of blue. Definitely looks better than it did. I'm going to try to give this board a little bit of a good cleaning, and then we'll flip it over and see what we can do about that terminal. See if I can find anything else that might be wrong with it. Alright, so I got some isopropyl alcohol. I'm just going to try to clean up the rest of this board. Alright. Back looks better than it did. Flip it over. And let us try to see what we can do about this corrosion on the front. It's like a snakeskin coming off, almost. Yikes. These caps don't seem to be bad. Little corrosion on the headphone jack. We'll try to clean up a little bit. Alright, so then what we're going to try to do is go ahead and try to unsolder that piece right there. We're going to give it our best shot. There was a lot of corrosion in here. I'm going to try to get this clip off and soak it in some vinegar and try to get that taken care of. There we go. Oh yeah, definitely corroded. Now we have those two soaking. I'm going to apply some flux. Add a little solder to it as well. All right. I think just a little bit more wiggling. This should break free. Let's try that now. There we have it. And there it is. All right, so we got the little piece out. Got these soaking in vinegar. Unfortunately, I don't think my soldering skills or MacGyver skills are going to be able to put Humpty Dumpty back together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order these parts off of line. They seem to be cheap, about $1.50. So I'm going to order them up, get them in, and then we're going to go from there. So it is a few days later, and through the power of editing, you wouldn't have to wait all that time. So what we have in here is the negative terminal. What I also did was I also got the other side terminals because I didn't really like how this one looked. It kind of looked a little bit corroded. So as opposed to that, it's not the same exact, but I think that it might work a little bit better. I'm going to try the old one first, but if not, I'm just going to pop that out and put the new one in, and hopefully we get clean contacts. I did put this in some vinegar to kind of clear off the corrosion that was on there, so it does look, 100 times better than what it did. But I got this just in case. The negative terminal also came with a positive one, just in case I wanted to flip them out. The positive one looks okay, so I don't think that we're going to need that. So I'm just going to set that to the side just in case, so I have an extra one lying around just in case I need it for another repair. So I'm going to insert this and see if we can't get this soldered up. There we go. Fits fairly well. I'm going to flip that over. Move that speaker out of the way so I don't burn it. Put some, as that's heating up, we will put some flux on this. There we go. That should be enough. All right, that should do it. Looks pretty secure on there, which is nice. That looks a little bit better. Beautiful. And now we'll clean that area up with just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Might as well do the whole surrounding areas before we put this all back together. And of course, we'll let that dry a little bit. All right, since you already watched me take it apart, I'm just going to do a little bit of magic. What? It's not even the right color. Wrong console. That's not even a Game Boy. What? Okay, one more try. Here we go. Woo! There we go. Woo. Just afraid I lost it. All right. Now that we have it all put back together, I'm going to try to pop some batteries in this and see if it works. It does not work. Bum, bum, bum. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to replace these with the new ones and see if that might be a little bit better. So even after replacing it with the new terminals, it still does not power on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back apart. We're going to try to see if we can't take this little metal shield off the power switch and see if there's any corrosion underneath that. Clean that up, put it back on, and then try to test it again. And if that doesn't work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a jump wire from the top point right here to the third one down here. This will make the Game Boy think that it's always on, so it's not really a permanent fix, but at least we can then rule out if it is the power switch that's faulty, or if there's something else on the board that's going to be faulty. I'm going to put some more flux on there to see if I can't get that solder joint to flow a little bit better, so we can get this metal plate off. I think one of the reasons why the solder wasn't flowing too well is this tip wasn't really working, so I did switch it back to a flatter tip. So we have that. So we'll give that a go and see if we can't get this metal piece off. So after getting the metal piece off, I did go ahead and desolder all of the other leads off of the switch, so I can gain a little bit better access, clean these ports up, and then reflow some solder and get this back on there, see if that will do the trick. As you can see, there is a little bit of corrosion on the leads in the power switch, so I'm going to use some vinegar to clean that up, solder this back on, and give it a go and see if that works. And if that doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and order a new power switch and get that installed. One thing to note on the plastic power switch, I'm pretty sure these leads are not supposed to be bent like that. So we're going to go ahead and try to straighten them without breaking them. Let's see if we can do it. As that power switch is sitting in the vinegar for a little bit, see if I can't get the corrosion off. I'm just going to reflow the solder points. I'll say that looks a little bit better than what it was. All right, I got these pieces a little bit cleaned up. They're a little bit better than what they were. And the pins on the power switch have been bent back just a little bit. They were more straight up and down as opposed to angled. So we will put this back together, solder it back on, and see if it works. Yeah, all right, let's see if we can't get this soldered back on. All right, we'll add a little bit more flux. All right, now that we have the power switch soldered back in, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together and see if it powers on. Fingers crossed. All right, now that we have it all back together, let's go ahead and pop some batteries in, and let's hope that it works. Hey, it works. All right, we have a game. It's Road Rash, because everybody loves Road Rash, and I hope that they bring this game back someday. That would be awesome. Let's go ahead. Oh. Hey, it's working. All right. There we go. Look at that. It's working. I'm going to call this one a fix. That is awesome. There was absolutely no power to it. The negative terminal was broken off due to corrosion, and the power switch needed to be cleaned. All right. Good stuff. Now, if they only incorporated a backlight into this thing, that would be perfect. But, I mean, they did give us color, so I guess that's all you can ask for. And now let's see if all the buttons work. Down works. Up works. Don't know about left and right. A button works. All right. A button works. Left and right work. And B works. I am punching. I'm looking in the camera as I'm playing. That's why I stink. There we go. All right. Everything works. This is awesome. Chalk that up to a successful repair. I know I just said it, but Road Rash is such a good game. They really do need to bring that back. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like. And, you know, if you're really feeling it, why not hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos? I just hit a broadside of a barn.